This girl was dancing in the park. I didn't realize that a mysterious beast was doing the same thing on the streets of Seoul, thousands of miles away. Her companions were shocked to see that the monster wreaking havoc in Seoul was being operated by their friend. At that moment, the helicopter gunships over Seoul were breaking the beast. Annie felt a bump on her waist. Then she subconsciously threw her hands in the air to resist. She hit the helicopter in front of her. Annie blamed herself for destroying one of the planes. She tried to evacuate by the same route she'd come in on, but now she'd forgotten all about it. In a panic, Annie tripped and fell to the ground and passed out. When she woke up again, she was devastated to see the city in ruins. She immediately put on her shoes and cried out to go to the police to turn herself in. Then her friend Jack stopped her and handed her a newspaper. In addition to the mysterious beast, a robot appeared over Seoul yesterday. Friend Jack immediately admitted that he was the robot. Under the guidance of her friend Jack, Annie stopped thinking about turning herself in. Instead, she apologized. She wanted to explain to the people who had suffered. Then Annie went back to the park, and the behemoth appeared in a clearing. She pointed it at the ground, and then she signaled the crowd to get out of the way. When no one was around, the behemoth slowly crouched down on the ground, and wrote an apology and a promise never to come out again. When the people saw this, they said they could forgive it.
It's a good monster.
It turns out that 25 years ago, when Annie was playing in the park, she was struck by a lightning bolt. That was the day the monster first appeared on the streets of Seoul. Annie moved to New York, and the monster disappeared for 25 years. Until a few days ago, because Annie had been drinking and not working for years, her boyfriend kicked her out of the house. She had no choice but to return to her old house alone. She was about to buy a mattress to take home. She met her friend Jack. Jack invited Annie to his bar. As soon as she heard about the drinks, she said yes. They spent the night drinking again. In the morning, Annie carried the mattress home alone. She was so tired, she fell asleep directly. The next morning Jack called. He told her to watch the news. It turned out that the monster had reappeared in Seoul. Annie looked at the monster's posture, and saw that it looked familiar. It looked similar to the way she carried her mattress. So Annie went to the internet to look it up. She compared the monster's behavior every time it appeared, and it was the same as she did in the park, and it was always at 8:05 in the morning, in order to verify her suspicions. The next day, she came back to the park at that time.